Wink. Hey there, my Foxy family. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a first look at Marc Jacobs' new Dewdrop highlighter. I am going to be giving you my first impressions of this product. I was super excited to use this. If you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories, you know that I got this a few days ago and I have just been dying to try it, but I wanted to make sure that I did a first impressions video for you guys, so I held out. I waited.
Even though it was torture and I didn't want to.
But I'm super excited to finally be reviewing this product for you guys. I do want to note this product was sent to me from Influenster. I did not purchase this with my own monies, but that does not in any way, shape, or form influence or change my opinions or views. They are all going to be my own. I think if you guys have followed me long enough, you know I have no problem saying my mind, girl. So before I get to the review, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a clue in as to what this product is. This is the new Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter. This little guy is formulated with 5 different forms of coconut and also provitamin B5. All of the things inside this little guy are meant to nourish and moisturize your skin. Whether you have dry skin or oily, this is going to have great benefits for the skin in general. Now, Marc Jacobs said that he created this particular product because he absolutely loves coconut water, and so do I, so I am all for this. There's currently only one shade and it is called Dew You, but it is said to be able to complement all skin tones. So with all of that being said, I feel like there's nothing left to do but review the product. Let's get my first impressions, shall we? Take it away, naked face! Okay, so this is the box that it comes in, and then here is the product itself. There are 24 milliliters in this, or it's 0.8 fluid ounces, which is actually a really good amount of product, I think, especially if you compare it to other ones. For example, Cover FX, I believe, is 15 milliliters, so you get quite a decent amount of product in this, and it is a frosted glass. That is probably my favorite. I am a sucker for any type of frosted glass. And then you just have the Marc Jacobs right here, and then the product information on the bottom. So the lid is like a plastic, and it is nice and snug, which is something important to me. I lose lids to these types of products all the time, so when the lid is like nice and snug and it doesn't come off super easy, I like that just so I don't lose the lid. And it is a pump top, which again, very important to me. I don't really like liquid or gel products that are not a pump top. It's frustrating and dumb to me. I don't know why just all brands don't just use a pump top. That just may be something for me personally, but it drives me crazy when I've got to like scoop it out or pour it out. I don't like that. I want to have control with the pump. Next thing that I want to see is if I have a lot of control in the pump. Sometimes with products it all just comes out at once. You can't really control it. So let's see how well we can control this. Oh, it's the first time I'm using it, so I'm gonna have to pump it a few times. Oh, okay, you've got complete and total control over the pump. So I'm gonna pump a full pump. So it's like a pump and a half, because that little guy came out a little bit first. It smells just like tanning lotion. It's not like over abrasive. So I wanna see how this kind of blends out. Ooh, okay. Hey there, Marc Jacobs. So this is just a nice, like, subtle glow. It's not overpowering. There's not like any glitter in it. It's just a nice shimmer, which I really like in a highlighter when there's not any like chunky glitter. I like it to just be like a nice shimmery sheen. I really, really like the way this looks. The texture of it is really nice. It's not like overly heavy or anything like that, and it's definitely like just a really soft, creamy formula. I'm a big fan so far. Okay, so this has several uses. You can mix it in with your foundation, you can use it as a primer, and of course you can use it as a highlight on top of your foundation. So what I'm going to do today is half of my face I'm going to use it just as a primer. The other half I'm going to mix it in with my foundation, and then of course on both halves I am going to apply it as a highlight over top. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this as a primer on one side. Ooh, it feels super nice. It feels like very cooling. It feels super good. Okay, so I've got this applied as a primer. I would not wear this all over my face standalone, but I could totally see using this just where I need to highlight if I'm having like a no makeup day. I do this often where I'll just put highlight on and mascara and call it a day. And I would definitely use this just as like a highlight on the cheekbones, maybe a little on the brow bone, maybe a little down the nose. This is a really nice soft glow, if you can see it. I mean, it looks shiny on camera, but it gives me that nice soft glow. So now I'm going to apply the other half mixed in with my foundation, and I love mixing high-end with drugstore, so I'm going to go in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm going to do a half pump here, and I wear the shade Creamy Vanilla. So I'm just going to mix the two together on the back of my hand, and then I'm just dotting this on my face. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques Diamond Sponge to blend this out. Right off the bat, I would say it did deepen the color of my foundation just ever so slightly. I mean, it's not anything I can't deal with, but it did darken it just a little bit. And I will say it did take some of the coverage away. Again, it's not like a huge noticeable difference, so I can't really count that against it, but it did take a little bit of the coverage away from the foundation. Okay, now I'm going to go on the other side where we used it just as a primer and apply the foundation here. Okay, so I have the foundation applied to both sides of my face. I definitely got more coverage on this side where it wasn't mixed, where it was laid down as a primer. And I will say that so far I'm really liking the side where I chose to use it as a primer. This side is almost a little bit too glowy for me, maybe. This side, it has like that inner glow, like where my skin just looks really healthy and like almost like radiant. But on this side, I almost feel like it's just a little too much. So I will say it feels really great on my skin though. I almost feel really hydrated, and I just really like the finish that it is giving my foundation. On both sides are really good, but I just prefer, I think, this side so far. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup to the point where we get to where I highlight, and then we are going to see what it looks like as a highlighter as well. Okay, so I am to the point where I am going to be applying my highlight, and I am just going to pump a little more on the back of my hand, and I am going to just dot this where I want it to be. And then with my beauty blender, I'm just gonna try to blend this out. Okay, that was a disaster. I do not like how it blended. It kind of stuck. I tried really hard to avoid putting powder where I knew I was going to apply highlight. So I don't know if that's the best method for me. I'm going to try to go in just with my finger, just like the tiniest bit of product, and just kind of see if I can diffuse and blend it out with my finger. Okay, so I had a much easier time blending and diffusing this out with my finger, and I think what I'm going to do now is see how much I can layer it up so I can see how bright I can get this before it starts looking a little tacky. Okay, so it's looking like 3 thin layers before we start getting into like questionable territory. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the rest of my face with this, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so now my entire face is done, and I actually went back in and went with a 4th layer just at the very height of my cheekbone just to get that extra bit of pop. And I must say, it is such a pretty glow. I am really just in love with the, like, it just gives that, like, I can't explain it. It's like that inner healthy, you see it? Oh girl. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, and I am going to come back with all of my thoughts. Okay, so I finished my makeup. I now look like I do at the beginning of the video. And I do have a lot of thoughts about this particular product that I would like to share with you guys. First and foremost, the smell is non-abrasive and I actually really like it. It smells like tanning lotion. It makes me think of the beach and I am all for that. But if you are not a fan of that scent, it's not super strong, so you may be able to look past it, but if you absolutely hate the smell of like sunscreen or tanning lotion, I would definitely skip out on this. One thing that kind of perplexed me about this is they describe it on the website as a golden peach color, which I personally don't see any type of peach in this at all. I see strictly champagne. I don't know where they're getting the peach shade from, so I would definitely not get this and expect a peach color. It's definitely like just a nice soft champagne goldy, I don't know. It's beautiful. Like oh, that's way too wet for you to be able to see. Okay, now that I smoothed it into my hand a little bit, you can kind of see better. I don't really get the peach vibes at all from this color. So if you are buying this expecting to get a peachy gold, don't go there. If you are buying this with an open mind, it's more of a champagne. It's beautiful, like it is absolutely stunning and gorgeous, but it is definitely to me not a peach goldy peach gold. Now, as you were seeing my first impressions, I didn't really like the side of my face where I mixed it into my foundation, but after it has settled and everything's kind of calmed down, I actually really love both sides. I could see this being used as a primer or mixed into the foundation. I still kind of prefer it as a primer. It gives you just your skin just that like healthy radiance, but I don't mind it on this side anymore. Now, as far as highlight goes, I think it is absolutely stunning, like stunning. It has that perfect beachy glow. It's not too overpowering. You can layer it. I did read the reviews online and it was suggested to blend out with a beauty blender. I personally had a lot of difficulty with my sponge. Now, I didn't use a beauty blender. I did use my Real Technique sponge, but I usually don't have any troubles intermixing the two. I will have to try it out, I guess, with the beauty blender and see if there's any difference, but I highly doubt it. I had the most luck just blending and dabbing it in with my finger, and I was able to blend it out super easy. So I don't know. Again, I did try to avoid putting powder just in the area I knew I was going to put highlight. I didn't put powder on the rest of my face, only I powder contoured, and I did bake just right here under the eyes, but again, I kept that away from it so I didn't layer the gel on top of the powder. That being said, I don't think you could. I definitely think this is one of those products where I would highly not suggest putting it on top of a powder. It's probably going to cake up and it's not going to move very far, so it's not going to really blend out very well. Another thing I want to mention, using it in my foundation and as a primer, you're definitely going to need some kind of primer underneath of it because it does nothing for my fine lines and wrinkles and pores. It just gives me that nice healthy glow underneath, and I will say it's keeping my foundation really from moving, but like with any foundation, if I don't apply a primer, I am getting some settling in my fine lines and my wrinkles. But again, I think if I just were to pop a primer underneath and then pop this on top, then I would be fine. I just need something to fill that extra space on my face. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are 24 milliliters or 0.8 ounces inside of this guy, and it does retail for $44. I did hear a few people say it was $60. Maybe they changed the price, but I definitely don't see $60 on the site or anywhere else. So it is $44, and this is a pretty big size highlighter. So I think you're definitely getting your money's worth when it comes to the amount of product, and I definitely think you're getting your money's worth when it comes to performance. It does dry down completely matte. There is absolutely zero transfer of the product onto the hand or anything that touches it. It feels really nice. It made my foundation feel really nice. So really the only drawback that I would say that this product really has is the scent. If you are offended by coconut or tropical scents, I would definitely stay away from this guy, but other than that, I really, really love it. And I definitely see that this could complement a lot of different skin tones. For me, it just gives me that like I feel like on lighter skin tones, it's really going to just give you that glow. And then if you move on to more medium or darker skin tones than mine, it's just going to pop on the skin. Like, I can tell that this would just look absolutely radiant on someone like who's got a tan. I'm pale and pasty. So my Foxy fam, I would definitely give this a look if you are interested. I would definitely say it's worth the money. Again, I did not buy this with my own money. It was sent to me from influenster, but I'm not gonna lie, when this runs out or if they come out with more shades, I'm going to be purchasing these. What just came out of my mouth? Anyways, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did at any point, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you want to see this makeup tutorial, like this in a makeup tutorial, let me know and I'll do that for y'all. If you like it, you know, if you like this, let me know. And if you are new to my channel and are not yet a member of our Foxy family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are just a loving bunch here. We're a little bit weird, but we love makeup and it brings us together, okay? There's no judgment, there's just love and peace here, and all y'all haters can go whatever that means. Anyways, guys, thank you again. I love you so much and I can't wait to see you in my very next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love y'all. Woo, woo, woo.